Hi, my name is Marcus Schmidt. Well, it's according to that anyway, I'm a senior director of product management. That was a job I did at one time, and I've done other jobs. Right now, I work with all of our strategic partners, a lot of whom are in this expo area: Microsoft, Cisco, BlueJeans, etc. And I'm going to spend just a few minutes with you talking about what we consider are the 3 steps to successfully move to the cloud, move your voice applications to the cloud. I was chatting with Christine here in the audience about this may be kind of 100 level content. So if you look at this and go, yeah, that's sort of self-evident, then you're ahead of the game, right? But I think a lot of customers that I'm talking to are still wrestling with the idea of, well, like, how do I get started? What's the step in the journey, right? So I'm going to go ahead and advance the slides here. And I'm using a Cisco WebEx board. So what I'm going to do is actually do a little annotation. So I'm going to try not to step in front of the slides too much, but I'm going to do a little annotating on the board. This is my super simple 3-step process for moving voice to the cloud. A lot of people start in the middle, right? They start with, oh, I got a Cisco, I got a Microsoft thing, I got to think about all that. I think that's actually the wrong place to start. I think the best place to start is at the network. And when I think about the network, I think about it in 2 pieces. It's the WAN and it's your PSTN capabilities, right? So if that's the foundational level, if you don't have a good network strategy in place, implementing any of these things or whatever on top is going to start to fall down. Now, the WAN could just be the general internet, right? If you're a smaller organization and you're happy, we're talking about churches here that want to do things, they're not going to invest in MPLS and they're not going to do all these things. They could just use a general broadband internet connection. But that's the place to start, is making sure you have a solid network strategy in place. Then the next step up is to think about the platform. And some people don't really think about these as platforms, but really that's what they are. If you think about investing in Cisco technology, that could be the classic Cisco or the BroadSoft Cisco, Microsoft, Skype for Business, or as you move forward into Teams, or everybody else. I couldn't fit them all the logos on the slide. So everybody else, all the rest of the folks in this room are basically platforms. And the platform technology choice that you make then drives into the third one. These would be the applications. So by applications, I'm talking things like CRM, 911, other kind of Salesforce applications, any kind of other line of business applications that you're going to use that are up on top of those. Could be workflow applications, etc. So if you start down here at the WAN or PSTN level, it's really how does this connect to any one of these 3 options. And West, what we're doing is we're basically focused primarily on the Cisco and Microsoft ecosystems. And we've got our dial tone and our WAN connected into Cisco and into Microsoft. So you've heard about things like BroadCloud and the fact that BroadCloud has integrated PSTN offers from different service providers. We're one of those service providers. If you talk to Microsoft, you may have heard about direct routing. Or if you're from Europe, you would call that direct routing. But basically, that is the ability to have dial tone from a service provider like us plugged into Microsoft Teams. And then we can SIP trunk into Avaya systems. We can SIP trunk into ShoreTel systems, et cetera. We can do a lot of other things, but primarily we're focused on the Cisco and Microsoft ecosystems. So starting with that fundamental network strategy, making sure that's connected using approved technology from the different platform providers, that's where you need to start. And then finally, on the line of business applications, we're focused obviously on E911. That's one of the things that we've done quite a bit, and that's what Christine here is saying she's known us as. We actually have our own contact center applications as well. So West can bring to the table different contact center solutions, and then we can consult with you on other line of business applications that you may want to plug in. So if you have Salesforce.com, for instance, or Microsoft Dynamics, or some other CRM application, we can work with you to get that plugged in as well. So that's my simple 3-step process for moving voice to the cloud. Start with the WAN and the PSTN. Make sure you got a rock-solid network strategy, not just the network itself, but the actual telephony network. Then focus on the platform from an application perspective, Cisco, Microsoft, or somebody else. And then finally, make sure that the applications you want to use are going to work really well on that platform. So I'll open it up to questions. That was my quick little 3-step process.
I just have one.
Yes.
So with the broad cloud,
Yes.
so you're saying you could port people's numbers, and then it would have port direct connectivity right into the Azure and the other ones, AWS and stuff?
So let me repeat your question, make sure I understood it. So you're asking for BroadCloud, the thing that Cisco bought and the thing that Cisco hosts. Can we port numbers over?
You said you're a provider.
We are.
One of the providers.
We
So
are.
you're taking over like porting of numbers.
We are. So if you're coming from some other platform, we can port your phone numbers over. We can provision new phone numbers for you, and we basically connect our network and our capabilities into what Cisco has with BroadCloud. And same exact story with Microsoft Teams. You bet. Good question. Thank you. Any other questions? All right. Well, I thank you very much for stopping by. Grab a mug on your way out. Enjoy the rest of the show. Travel safely home. Take care.
Thank you.